What is up, people of the internet? It is me, Real American, back in with a new video. And today, we have a major announcement out of the great state of Ohio. Guys, we have the second major candidate to announce his candidacy to challenge Sherrod Brown for the Senate seat in 2024 in the great state of Ohio. Yep, Bernie Moreno has just announced he will be running for the Senate seat. This isn't really much of a surprise. We've been hearing rumblings, bumblings, grumblings about this for, I would say, a couple months now, but it is official. We have our second major candidate for the Republican primary in 2024. Now, before we continue with today's video, I hope you enjoy these type of videos. If you do, smash the like button down below, subscribe, share with your friends, hit that little bell, follow Twitter accounts in the description down below. Guys, go follow Real American Politics on Twitter. We gotta get those followers numbers up big time. Of course, go follow the Rumble page down below. Exclusive content is on there and will be coming soon. And of course, join the channel today. Guys, just for $3 a month, you can join Real American, which is a phenomenal deal, as it helps support the daily content we all know and love. You love the daily content? Well, this is the best way to support it. So I hope and recommend you join the channel today. Alright, so Bernie Moreno has just announced his candidacy. Now, many of you probably heard of this name before. He ran in 2022 for the Ohio Senate seat. However, he dropped out a couple months before the election. Trump basically forced him to drop out. He was polling only like 4, maybe 5% of the vote, I believe. And well, there were some comments he made a couple of years ago, which we will get to in a second, that people found it's like, okay, dude, your chances are done. And then Vance rose, and that's history, I guess you could say. But either way, Moreno's giving it another shot. Now, his announcement ad was, I actually liked the start of it. It was something stylized, you know. You notice something on the right, that basically every ad for announcement videos in particular, they all look the same. This one is a bit more vibrant. You could tell there's a bit more of a vibrant color to this ad, and I liked it. I think it does work pretty good. It's something different. This is what I hate about modern ads. They're all so dark and gloomy and yada yada yada. This is more upbeat and more vibrant start. Then eventually becomes a more generic ad, but either way, Bernie Moreno has announced he is running for that Senate seat. And his announcement ad, it started decent, but here's the problem. He is one of the most monotone people I have ever heard of. Man, he doesn't change his tone whatsoever. My name is Bernie Moreno. You should vote for me for the Senate. That's Moreno in a nutshell. That's not even a joke. That's pretty much what he said later in the video. It was bad. And this is my problem. This is my only major concern. Well, there's two. The first one is he is a terrible public speaker. It's one of the most monotone, just boring possible things you could say. Nobody wants to hear that. People want to hear something, you know, upbeat and, you know, energetic. Moreno really doesn't have that energy. Could that change? Yes. Will it change? No, probably not. But either way, that's my one issue with this ad. If you got rid of the monotone voice, it would sound so much better. It would be a way better announcement ad. But hopefully he changes, because I don't want these monotone, boring politicians. Like, bro, come on. I don't want to listen for an hour-long speech of you talking the same tone. So yeah, Moreno has announced, and like I said earlier, he is the second major candidate to be challenging Sherrod Brown. Now, he will be going up against Matt Dolan, and I'm hearing that LaRose is probably going to get in, and Warren Davidson may be getting in after all. Hopefully he does, but either way, Moreno is going to challenge Matt Dolan. And this one's complicated for me. I'm not a big fan of Matt Dolan, but I have some issues with Moreno as well. Now, Dolan just sucks on a lot of issues. He's trying to run this more populist campaign. It's like, dude, you don't go from running one of the most establishment campaigns in 2022 to suddenly being a populist, we're going to put, stop the jobs from being shipped overseas. We're going to put American citizens first. You don't just flip like that. It's kind of just disingenuous. And, he did do decent enough in 2022. I'm talking about Matt Dolan. He did get around 23% of the vote. But the problem is, that was from being the anti-Trump candidate. Columbus, Cleveland, the suburbs of Cleveland. That's where he did best in. Well, now he's running this more conservative campaign. I just don't think that's going to work for Dolan. So as of now, I think Moreno is the frontrunner. But you did hear there are some significant problems when it comes to Moreno. One, he's not a good public speaker. From everything I've heard, he is boring, monotone, yada yada. And the second thing, and this is critical, he has tweeted support of reparations in the past. Yep, he did. In the past, he, said we need to consider reparations for African American people and all this other stuff. It's like, dude, seriously? So much for the fiscal conservatives. Now, you can make the argument his mind changed or he didn't mean it like that, but still, that's not a good look to be openly supporting, reparations like that. It's like, come on, you cannot be doing that, dude. But apparently, I guess he didn't actually mean it like that. I don't know what he meant. But either way, it is not a good sign to, be openly supporting policies like reparations. But there are a couple other things here and there. But from everything I've heard, he's not terrible. Now, his issues page isn't the worst in the world, all right? Let's look at his about page first. So, he was born in Colombia at age 5. His American dream began when he moved to the United States with his family. He then became an American citizen at age 18. So, I already have some concerns. This first speech. This is my issue with a lot of Republicans that, are immigrants. I'm not saying they're bad because they're immigrants. That's not what I'm saying. But you cannot just run on, I'm an immigrant, so vote for me. That's my one major concern with Moreno, outside of the reparations stuff. But if he just says, look, I'm an immigrant and I prove you can live the American dream and all that stuff, that's one thing. But to say, vote for me because I'm an immigrant, it's like, no. So, Bernie funny, his first name's Bernie. I can't think of anything but Bernie Sanders. But Moreno purchased his first dealership in 2005. So, yeah, he's going to run on the idea that, I'm an immigrant that proved you could do the American dream, which is fine, but I don't want this becoming vote for me just because I'm an immigrant. That doesn't usually bode well. Now, he does have an issues page, and I haven't really read it, so let's look at it. So, I'm running for the U.S. Senate because for far too long, the men and women who move Ohio forward, American workers, have been left behind by career politicians like Sherrod Brown and Joe Biden. That's a great start. Focus on the fact Brown is a fake and a fraud, and Biden doesn't represent the American worker. That is a great start. I don't know why most Republicans don't run on that. I mean, Biden's historically hated. And that's, in my opinion, what happened in 2022. Yes, Biden's approval rating was like 40%. But guess what? Democrats really weren't tied to Biden much. There were a couple, and the ones that were, like Tim Ryan, they got crushed. So this is what I think Republicans have to do. Tie every single Democrat to Joe Biden and see what happens. It won't end pretty for them. I mean, a Biden plus 4 electorate, it's like 60% disapprove the job of Biden. That should have been a red wave. But not enough Democrats were tied to Joe. All public policy priorities in America should revolve around a simple concept. What is good for American workers and families? All elected officials should strive to create a growing middle class where the American dream is accessible to anyone, regardless of their background. This is great. This is already infinitely better than Matt Dolan's stuff, which Dolan's campaign's not bad right now, but I just don't trust him. But this is a good start. Like, this is how you win Ohio in a nutshell. Focus on the blue-collar American. We got to career politicians left us behind, yada yada. That works. Tie Brown to Biden. That's what you gotta do. He votes with Biden like 99% of the time. Specifically, these 15 priorities will do just that. 1. Empower parents to make education choices. Yes, that's really a no-brainer. Secure American borders, stop amnesty, and destroy the Mexican drug cartels. Again, that's kind of the most generic Republican thing in 2023, but it's still good. Now, this last part. Now, what do you mean by that? Like, do you mean, openly bombing them? Which, I don't know. But either way, I want to see how you elaborate this part right here. Restore the integrity of our... Okay. This is obviously trying to get Trump's endorsement. Let's be real here. That's the only reason this is included, which... Why? I understand you can support integrity for elections, yada yada. But at some point, if you don't mention 2020, fine. But at some point, you gotta move on, Trump. If this is why Trump is going to endorse Moreno, which I am hearing it's likely, that pisses me off a bit because, dude, move on from 2020. Yes, you may have got shafted, which I think you did. But either way, like, if he just runs on, we need voter ID, that's one thing. But to say 2020 was you-know-what, it's like, come on. Massively reduce anti-growth regulations, cut government spending and inflation. Again, very generic Republican stance. Beat Communist China, another 2023 Republican stance. Hold big tech accountable, break up big media. That last part Republicans don't talk about enough. Let's be real here. Only like 3 companies own like 80% of entertainment and news outlets in America. Only 3 companies. It's like, that's a problem. And I do think we need to break up not only big tech, but break up the big media. There's no reason Disney owns like 15 news corporations, 80% of entertainment. CNN owns like 500 networks. It's like, there's no reason for it. We have to have a fair and free media. And the way you do that is, well, break up big media. Protect moms, protect families, protect life. That's a good slogan. That is a real good slogan because, yes, you have protect life, but when people see you're protecting mothers, you're protecting families, they think, okay, you're going to support families and yada yada and protect life. That is a good motto, and I think Republicans should actually copy that. That's one of the better things so far of Moreno's policy. Empower local law enforcement to ensure safe communities. Again, no-brainer. Vigorously defend our constitutional rights, especially the Second Amendment. Again, it's really a no-brainer. Restore American energy independence. Yeah. Energy's not as big as in Ohio, but there are parts that is, I think. I could be off about that, but I think there's parts there is some energy that is important for Ohio. Allow free markets to work. Oh, not this free market crap. Yes, I support a free market, but does this mean, we need an unregulated economy? Please don't. Oh, don't mean it like that, but I don't think he does. I think he means, just make sure the market, small businesses should be allowed to have, easy access, yada yada. Enact term limits for members. I'm always against this. I support an age limit so you don't got, 89-year-olds like Feinstein, in the Senate. She can't even function properly, though it is funny that all of Biden's judicial appointments, they're dead on arrival now because Feinstein's out. That's the one good thing about having Feinstein in the Senate. She has completely screwed over Biden's judicial appointments for probably the rest of this year. Restore American manufacturing. Yes, it's Ohio. No brainer. I like that. End wokeness and cancel culture. Another very generic Republican thing. End socialism. Fun. So yeah, that's his policy. Overall, there's a lot of generic stuff, like end socialism and end wokeness. But I do like to protect mothers' part, break up big media, empower parents to make education choices. I like a lot of this. A lot of it's generic, but I think if he does run on these and, focuses on the issues that matter, he will probably be the next senator, unless somebody like LaRose or Warren Davidson do, in fact, get in. Anyways, folks, thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy this video, smash the like button down below, subscribe, share with your friends, hit that little bell, follow Twitter account in the description down below, and join the channel today. Thank you so much. Godspeed to all of you.